What is up, everyone? This is Eric, and today it's time to recap the final series in the College World Series, Louisiana State against Coastal Carolina. Both of these teams have relatively recently won a College World Series before this year, 2016 for Coastal Carolina, 2023 for LSU. They were both undefeated in the College World Series, building up to their matchup that kicked off on Saturday. But there was some drama, there was some craziness, close matchups, and an absolutely ridiculous ejection we're going to talk about. We're going to check out the clip. We're going to break it down. And that happened yesterday. But first, let's break down the first game. Not a whole lot to talk about there because Cade Anderson took the mound for LSU and was absolutely dominant, to no one's surprise, except he was even better than I think most people were expecting. We're talking about a complete game shutout. 10 strikeouts, and he allowed just 3 hits, completely shutting down the Coastal Carolina bats. Cameron Flukie and Dominique Carbone were both really good as well for Coastal Carolina, just not as perfect, unfortunately for them. All LSU needed was 1 run, and they got it early. The second inning, Curiel walked, he advanced to second on a ground out, and then a base hit by Stephen Milam scored the run.
That's line back up the middle. Curiel will hit third, he'll be waved. Sykes' throw is cut off, and it's the Tigers 1. Coastal nothing on an RBI from Milam, his 13th of this postseason.
At that time, everyone's thinking, okay, 1-0 in the second inning. I'm sure there's going to be more action to come, but not really. Offensively, there wasn't. That was it. It was a pitching duel, and Cade Anderson won the duel. LSU 1, Coastal Carolina 0. But then yesterday, it was Anthony Ianson for LSU against the dominant ace for Coastal Carolina, Jacob Morrison. This time, we would see some offense, but before any of that kicked off, a bit of drama. Coastal Carolina head coach Kevin Schnall was barking a little bit from the dugout, holding up the 3 fingers. Hey, that's 3 that you missed already. And he gets tossed. And here it is right here. Now, this is early in the game. First inning. And Kevin Schnall has an issue with the balls and strikes, saying you missed 3 so far. And he held up, and then the umpire points. He held up 3 fingers. The umpire points at him and ejected him. It's like, for what? For what? Are you kidding me? First inning of the biggest game of the season, College World Series Finals, potentially the last game of the year if Coastal Carolina loses, and the umpire ejects the head coach, and he's still saying, you missed 3, coming out. He is absolutely hot right here.
In the bottom of the first inning, the home plate umpire throws Kevin Schnall out of this game, and down goes an umpire who had come.
Down goes Frazier. Now, I have to also note that when that umpire went down, when he got back up, we'll take a look. He goes down, and now he's getting back up, and he holds up 2 fingers. Suspended 2 games. That's what that basically he's saying. He was bumped. And in the post-game interview, the head coach said there was no bump. That was just a non-athletic event right there where the umpire fell down and he was embarrassed, so he got up and claimed he was bumped.
If you guys watched the video, there was a guy that came in extremely aggressively, tripped over Campos' foot, embarrassed in front of 25,000, immediately goes 2-game suspension and said bumping the umpire. Immediately does that. There was no bump. He was embarrassed. I shouldn't be held accountable for a grown man's athleticism.
And we take a look at it. See, he's backing up right there. Number 5 umpire turns, and the other umpires in front of him are kind of trying to break it up. And you can see there's no bump. Now, the head coach is not even talking. He's trying to talk to number 5 there. So he's not even talking to this umpire who jumped in front here, where we could see the American flag there on his sleeve. That umpire is not bumped. He trips. He trips and he falls and he loses his balance and he goes down. There was no bump. I mean, clear as day, he gets up and he holds up 2 fingers because now he's embarrassed. Pride plays a big role with these umpires. They're very prideful. They want to be center of attention. They want to make sure, the camera's on them. And here it is. And this is complete BS. So that was bullshit. I just want to throw that out there that there was no bump right there. Clearly the umpire just fell down. Just absolutely crazy here. another coach ends up getting ejected as well. So Coastal Carolina kind of playing from behind because, yeah, I mean, they're not losing a player, but you're losing your head coach who's supposed to not participate in the game. I'm sure he was participating in some way, shape, or form from somewhere. But anyway, this is just absolutely nuts. Jeff Passan put out a tweet. There are very few combinations of words in the English language that warrant ejecting a coach from an elimination game in the Men's College World Series Finals. And yet Coastal Carolina's Kevin Schnall and first base coach Matt Schilling just got run in the first. You missed 3 pitches does not qualify as one of those combinations. If this is all it took for Kevin Schnall to get ejected, that is absurd. Absolutely crazy. And I don't think in any game can you eject a coach, or should you eject a coach or a manager in professional baseball either. In the first inning for barking from the dugout a little bit. I mean, yeah, you can turn around and say, hey, stop it. You know, I get it. I would hate to be an umpire, but guess what? You chose your profession. I don't know. I'd handle it too well. You know, getting screamed at all game long. Nobody likes you. I get that. But hey, you chose your job, and you got to go out there and you got to officiate the best you can. And you're going to have to deal with some barking from fans, from managers, from coaches in this case, from players, whatever the case. You chose your profession, and so no, yeah. Sometimes you got to eject people. That's part of it, but not there. This game is huge right here. Huge is an understatement. This is the biggest game in college baseball all year long, period. This is it right here. We got to move on from that, but just absolute insanity right there for that ejection. The game continued, but in this particular game, it would not be a complete pitching duel. We did get some offense, and it started with a swing of the bat from Coastal Carolina's Dean Mijos.
2-1. This one is hit to left field, heading towards the line. Curiel is over there. He leaps and it's gone! Dean Mijos got it up into the wind, and it kept blowing it towards that corner and over the wall to give the Shots an early lead.
Unfortunately for them, that lead didn't last long. Third inning, Dickinson picked up a base hit, advanced to second on a grounder, and scored on a double by Ethan Fry. The game stayed tied until the fourth, when the LSU offense exploded for 4 runs. Morrison started to fall apart. He walked a batter, gave up a hit to Jared Jones. He hit a batter, gave up a couple more hits, and when the smoke cleared, it was 5-1 LSU. But Coastal Carolina was not going to go down without a fight. In the 7th inning, they rallied for 2 more. Dooley was hit by a pitch. LSU challenged it, lost the challenge, and up to the plate stepped Wells Sykes.
And yeah, Chris, throughout this. Oh, this one hit hard to left. Curiel back, wall, jumps, gone! Just like that, Wells Sykes brings Coastal within a couple.
So Coastal Carolina back in it, but from the bullpen comes the 6'8" Chase Shores. He missed the entire 2024 season after Tommy John surgery. Came back this year, looked strong. He threw 2 2/3 scoreless innings to finish it off. 22 strikes out of 27 pitches for Shores, and he helps bring a College World Series championship to the Bayou in 2025. 5-3 was the final, and the LSU Tigers got it done. Second time in 3 years for LSU. Congratulations to the powerhouse. I do like LSU, obviously. They're not my favorite college baseball team, but they are one of them. They're one of my top teams, so I really like them. Mainly, I'm a Stanford fan, in case you're wondering, but obviously Stanford did not make it far this year. We'll be following them very closely next year. But the Louisiana State Tigers win it all in 2025. Congratulations to them. Let me know your thoughts on this series. What do you think about that ejection? That's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, LSU, a powerhouse, an amazing team, amazing pitchers. Cade Anderson, such a huge part of this team. Jared Jones, obviously, I thought he was going to get drafted last year. Him coming back was critical, and he's got to be feeling like he made the right decision to come back to LSU. But yeah, an amazing season, a great college baseball season all around. Lots of unbelievable stories. Murray State, obviously, getting so far, getting to the College World Series. Just an amazing season. Nobody going back to the College World Series who was in it last year. A fresh 8 teams. That never happens. It hadn't happened since, like, I forgot, 1950 maybe. But overall, a fun season. Lots of drama, lots of craziness this year, and just a crazy ride. But if you enjoyed the coverage, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, because we'll be back next year to do it again. And also, we'll be following some of the signings in the off season, some of the recruiting that goes on, and et cetera, et cetera. And we'll be back next year to do it all again. You guys have a great day. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk to y'all in the next one.